From a scale of 1 to 10, how honest do you want me to be? But I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like if I'm honest, some people may not like what I have to say. I'm not gonna, like, it might not be what you think it is. 11! Okay, I will say this right. People tend to talk a lot. They're like, this is bad, blah, blah. It is not. It's actually not bad. It is smart. Did they make me credit them? No. But they kind of do it themselves because that's branding. You know? It is smart. Like, for example, if I go, hey, I'm Michi MOCHIEVEE. I'm at that point right now. VShojo branded themselves in a way where if I don't go, hey, I'm Michi MOCHIEVEE from VShojo, people probably still, like, the search term is Michi MOCHIEVEE. For example, Iron Mouse, right? When you want to find an Iron Mouse clip or look at who Iron Mouse is, you type Iron Mouse. You don't type Iron Mouse VShojo. You know what I mean? But there are places where you need to put in the name of where you come from because that is the most searchability. You want the searchability to be there. That's one. Second, advertisement and everything, they need to have their like logo, branding, everything on it because that is technically theirs because we don't own right? So legally, I think they need to, it's been nice, by VShojo, I get to keep everything. Everything I've made, promotional-wise, everything, that's mine. So they don't need to put their logo on it. So, again, is that bad? Yes and no. It is smart, though. Business-wise, it's smart. It's one of those things where if your company is actually a very strong name, you gotta use it. It's stupid if you don't want to use it, right? That's one. Second, if it doesn't belong to you, even though you put in the effort for it, you can't claim it. That's just what it is. Business sense. It is what it is. The thing I'm gonna say that you might not like is I know a lot of people say like, oh, that's bad. Oh, this sucks. It's actually more common than you think it is because it works. It actually does work. And people can say like, oh, that's not true. You might not agree, but numbers don't lie. And the majority likes it. And whatever the majority says goes. If it works, it works. It will always be duplicated and it's always gonna happen. The more strict you are and the more like control you have, the big chance that's gonna work. For example, in VShojo, right? No one is sitting here being like, Michi, you have to do this with this person on this day doing this. Unpaid. You gotta do it. You have to. There's a project, you have to do it. No. Here where, like in VShojo, they're like, hey, do you want to? If not, that's fine. If you do, we'll help. Because VShojo is different. They're very, very different. We've already known that. We've established it. But not all places do that. Am I 100% honesty here?
I feel like the important part is explaining to new, young employees what a work for hire is and how rights attach to that.
That's the thing. It's really hard, especially if the new hires don't come from the same place you are in, because laws change depending on where you're from. So how do you figure it out? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. That's what I'm saying, right? The image of unity is not as natural as you think it is. Most of the time, if you put someone in a room with someone else, they will have an argument. They will fight. There will be conflict. It's inevitable. What's going to happen after that? It depends. That's why there are rules to certain things. When you see people and they're like, wow, there's like 12 people and they're also like together. They're so united and they're so close. It could be natural, but most times probably ain't. And that's why rules are there. You got to do what you are told to do. And you don't really have the choice to say no. It's to build that image, a specific image, not unity. It could be anything, but it's to build a good image for the public. Oh, but Michi, that sucks.
Thanks,
why would they do that?
For the sub.
Because it works. Because the public likes it. The public likes to see togetherness, cohesiveness. It makes sense. There's a flow. They don't see it, but it's there. How did this all happen? Strict rules, strict boundaries, and honestly, not the most freedom. VShojo's unity is faked. I'm gonna be real with you. If you compare VShojo to like big monster VTuber brands out there, we don't have the most united image. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it from a third-party perspective. We don't. You don't see us collab with each other all the time. How many times have you seen a full VShojo collab? Like everyone from VShojo. Yes, we only have like 12 members. 16 including Nova, but let's ignore Nova for now because they're new. Let's just say 12 before Nova. How many times have we seen a 12-man collab? The projects we do as a 12-man group are doing big holidays. If you really think about it, it's rare, you know? Because it's natural. We're close, privately. But this is what natural unity looks like. You know, you're busy, I'm busy. Let's do our own thing. If the time matches up, then let's sync up. But if not, that's fine. That's just what it is. But a lot of the times, if you're like, holy, this person is this and this, there's so much events and projects and so many things and everyone's involved, there has to be a solid, strict backbone that you can't back out from. You can't be late. You can't cancel last minute.
So you're all holding hands, just under the table? MHM.
The best I can say it is when you have a best friend, for example, you don't hang out with your best friend all the time, you know, unless you're roommates, right? But you don't always, especially when you have like 12 people. That's a lot of people. Yeah, we're holding hands just under the table because it's real. No one's making us do shit. Everyone has to be okay with it. And if they want to pull out, they pull out. If they're late, they're late. It is what it is. You're more relaxed about it because there's no rules. When it is strict, you gotta know there's probably rules. Is it bad? No, because that's just what PR is. PR is mostly not like, hey, this is naturally... No, it's an image that you have to uphold. Like a vibe you want to upkeep. And the more people participating in this one PR image, the harder it becomes, right? So what do you need to do? You need to put strict rules, boundaries, and restrictions in order for everyone not to up this image everyone's been building. One person can ruin everything. We've seen that happen before. One person can ruin everything. You don't want that to happen. That's why restrictions exist. If one person up, I get screwed over. For example, if let's say Kuro made a mistake and now they're like, oh shit, let's not do that. Now everyone can't do anything. That's the minus part. But the positive thing is, well, the image is already there. You don't really need to work for it. You don't need to be like, oh, in order to clear this image or do this and do that, I have to work hard. Nah, you sit there, you follow the rules, you just keep your head low and perform. That's it. That's the nice thing about it. The minus is if they fuck up, you get fucked over and you don't really get to do everything you want to do. So it depends. But okay, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that's always true. Obviously, it's not. There's a lot of like plus and downsides to everything. If you focus on the minus of things, then yeah, everything is really bad. But listen, no such thing as a true evil. That's all I can say. Every argument I've always made a mistake too. You know, it's just like, at that point, it's like the greater evil is how I like to see it. No way someone is like, you are a true victim and you are a true evil person. No, people f up. That's why problems happen. Both parties f up in its own way. One is just worse than the other. So you can't just focus on the minus and completely pretend like the positives do not exist. So you think VShojo is an idol company or something better or else? VShojo is not an idol company. VShojo is unique. If I have to be honest, the good thing about VShojo, you know a lot. Because I've spoken so many good things about VShojo. A lot of people are like, damn, VShojo is like dream Corpo, right? Dream company to join. Because they're literally like, we take care of you, you do whatever you want. It's a dream. The minus thing is, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know what the fuck is going on most of the time. Like, it's not the same, and I don't think VShojo can really compete in the same plane as big corporate, like the big corporate VTubers. You can't compare them on the same platform. You really can't. You can compare individuals in VShojo, but not VShojo as a company. The company name itself, in my opinion, is not the strongest. That's the weakness. Is that an insult? No. Let's think of it this way. If Mousy decided to leave VShojo, she is not going to lose anything. You're not going to think of VShojo. You are just going to enjoy Mousy. Nothing has changed, right? You're just going to watch Mousy. Nothing really has changed. That's the difference. No one's going to be like, oh no, big changes happened because she left VShojo. Not really. Nothing changed. It's just now she's not Iron Mouse from VShojo. Now she's just Iron Mouse. And because of that, that's why I'm saying the brand image as itself doesn't stand as strong compared to massive monster companies in the VTubing world. Yeah, maybe 1-2 people would stop watching. Maybe some people would stop watching. But aside from that, nothing really super big would change. Mousy's not going to lose all her models. Mousy's not going to lose her brand. She keeps everything, you know? And if let's say... oh my god, my voice. If let's say Mousy left, I can still hang out with Mousy. What really changed? It's one of those things where, because VShojo is so relaxed and talent first, the branding of VShojo itself is, people know VShojo, but the attention isn't on VShojo. It's never been on VShojo. It's always been about the talents in VShojo. About Mousy, Zen, Henya, Mata, Keisan. It's always about them. Is that good or is that bad? I would say from a business perspective, it's not smart. Like, it's not good business-wise. You know what I mean? Because if I was VShojo, like if I was running VShojo, I'd be like, we're kind of putting ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here. But from like talent perspective, yeah, that's good for us. Like the scales lean more on us. Like it favors us more than it does favor VShojo by the end of the day. So it's kind of like, it depends on what we choose to do and what we choose to say. Whatever it is, it will impact them. So from a business perspective, it ain't good. But from every other perspective, kind of. So it depends. Everything has a plus and minus. Nothing is perfect. And talent first companies, whether you like it or not, is not the most profitable. It just ain't. Unless you take everything. Another crazy thing with VShojo is they take nothing, right? Like, they take nothing you make. I've talked about this. Every money you give me, it comes to me. VShojo doesn't take anything from that. They do take stuff from other things, but so tiny that I'm like, what? So, I don't know. They're very talent first. That sometimes, even as a talent, I'm a little bit concerned, you know? Because I'm like, I trust you because you probably know more than me. I wouldn't mind if you took something. Like, I personally would not mind because you do good work for me. Like, whenever I need you, you're always there. Even in the, like, holidays soon, because there'll be Christmas and New Year's. Michael was like, by the way, you know, everyone's gonna go on, like, a holiday break, but if you ever need anything, DM us. We'll always respond. Like, take a break. Go, I don't know, go outside. Dust the snow from your lawn and touch that piece of grass. Enjoy yourself. What's wrong with you? You sickos. I don't need you at all. I do, but, like, shut the up. It's one of those things, you know? So, you probably won't profit the most out of being a talent first company. It's expensive to be generous. So it's a little crazy. That's my take. Everything is a plus and minus. It just depends on what you are okay with as a viewer. Because by the end of the day, chat, listen, I'm just a guy.
When you enjoy your work to a certain extent, it no longer becomes work, so you don't mind doing stuff on your time off.
But that's the crazy thing. Like, I feel like no one in VShojo actually sees this as like work. They see this as like a fun thing to do. And I appreciate that a lot. But sometimes I'm concerned. Because I'm like, listen, man, if you don't know how to like take care of yourself, you're going to burn out. And I don't want to see you burn out. So like, please know when to like segment yourself properly. You know what I mean? However, I'll say this, chat. Everything I say, it depends on you. What you choose to support. The truth is, and this might sound bad, I don't know how to word this any way nicer. Content creators, streamers, everyone on the internet, right? The reason we are here is because of you. Like, unironically, my livelihood is in your hands. I don't know how to word that any better, but I'm not gonna lie and be like, hey, chat, you know, like, ew, chat is just like a thing. You know, like, chat is just words on screen. They don't matter. Like, you have to do this yet. No, if I make you, like, smile, that's the extent of what I'm supposed to do. Everything else chat has done is whatever comes from chat's generosity. Right? So, by the end of the day, if you don't want to support something, don't support it. It doesn't matter if you're like, oh, but no. If it doesn't sit with your morals, doesn't sit right with you, you're watching them and you just feel upset, stop watching them. Our job is to entertain you. We are entertainers. If you watch us and you hate it, don't watch it. If we make your day worse, we're sorry, don't watch us. Because I'm not saying like, oh, your taste is shit, I'm better than you. No. I'm just not for you. I'm clearly not doing my job for you because I'm not the one for you. But there are so many streamers out there, so many VTubers out there. You will find someone that will make you happy. And if you're happy, I'm happy. That is the extent of our job. So when streamers talk about their communities or chat like they are just an accessory, it blows my mind. You know what I mean? When people are like, yeah, okay, whatever, chat. Or like, they don't treat chat like what it is, which is their source of well-being. It drives me a little cuckoo insane. Because it's like, you cannot forget where you come from. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know? You can't just be like, oh, I am successful. Yeah, why? It comes from these people that are watching you and supporting you and taking care of you with the kindness of their heart. You cannot just forget it and be like, oh, no, I'm successful. No. You can't forget where you come from. You know, don't go somewhere and then destroy how you got there. I don't know how to explain it. Words are hard. Sometimes that's where it gets a bit confusing, you know? The fame and the attention and the wealth, it's blinding. Very blinding. But if you genuinely decide to seep into that blindness and live in it, the future ain't looking too good. So my best advice, don't get distracted by these small things, right? Yes, you might be famous or you have more attention and you have more money. Don't distract yourself from how the you got that in the first place. Because then you lose yourself. That is very important. That's why I keep saying to chat, like, I never say I'm rich. I always say it's like, yeah, no, chat supports me. I try to give back. Because that's just what it is. I'm not gonna ever be like, chat, I'm so rich. The moment I seep into that, I am not going to be the person I am and I'm not gonna find this fun. And I don't, you can't buy happiness, to be honest. So I can be rich and be comfortable. But if I'm miserable, I can be rich and miserable. So I would rather keep this where I'm streaming and I have a fun time and I laugh and I enjoy myself than focus on other things and lose it. That's my only advice. I don't know why we got to this topic. I forgore. Or my other advice, don't be a streamer. Don't do it. Don't be a streamer. Don't be a VTuber. It's not worth it.